Hello, and welcome back to the Norwegian campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I just noticed that while I did take British East Africa with my naval invasion, I was too late because the British Army invading from here into Tanganyika did take it from me first, but going by income numbers, I got the better deal, it seems. So, fair enough. No more naval invasions can be launched this month. But this little force here, I think they should be able to take Madagascar from France. Yeah. Yeah, we now got 0? No, 100 here. This is 0. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna take the Suez Canal next month, and then this force can also move in through here, and we can take Palestine from the US. Nice. And of course that gives me a fresh task force with all of their ammunition intact that can engage this task force here, which has 5 battleships. So it might require quite a bit of ammunition. Right. And we've found some more oil. Perfect. Okay. -7 with Greece? I didn't think they existed. No, they exist. What? Okay, gotta get through the all the mandatory battles and all that stuff first, and then I want to see what's going on with Greece. Like, yeah, there. Okay. So they resurrected. And here we go. Implacable class British battleship. It's one of their super dreadnought type battleships, not one of the big super battleships with the 20-inch guns. So being one of the smaller, slower type of ships, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Send it down to the bottom. Let's get in range. Where is it? All the way out here. At 60 kilometers. Well, we're gonna have to close in a little bit before we can open fire. Let's see. Yeah, it's got Mark 4s, so we got a pretty decent range advantage over it. And it's got 1.3 on the fore and aft belts, 1.1 on the superstructure. So, alright. We're just gonna load HE and wreck it. It's not firing back yet. We're gonna score. We're scoring some pretty big hits before it's even in range to do anything in return. And with our speed advantage, we could even just stay out of range and keep pounding it like this. But yeah, Oh, there you go. Took a little hit. All of my ships are slightly damaged from before, so... Are you blocking my my hits now? Implacable. We were doing so good. There we go. Yeah, we can go back to auto shell selection. The fore and aft belts are pretty tiny on that ship. That's right. So, if my ships want to fire AP, maybe that is actually the better idea. At least it's taking flooding. There we go. That's more like it. We've taken almost 100 damage. A little bit of fire, it's ticking up. They're at 50,000 damage. Oh, did not reach 100, but they took 77,000, so a pretty big difference. No crew loss. Love to see it. Alright. Indianapolis. I got a battlecruiser. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the 1v1 light cruiser fight. I'm just gonna go with the battlecruiser instead. Oh yeah, that's right. That's one of the new ones. We haven't seen this before. Okay, then I'm definitely gonna use it. The Tordenskjold class of battlecruiser with triple super firing 14-inch guns, fore and aft. That's 18 main guns in a broadside. Now where are they? Over here. Quite far away. Is it showing Indianapolis as selected here? There we go. And here we go. Okay, here's my ship. Yeah, 36 knot top speed. It's a speedy battlecruiser, this. 32 knot cruising speed. Yeah, I completely forgotten about these. Alright, you get to be on the thumbnail. Not super happy with how it looks. This hull had a very weird selection of towers and funnels to choose from. And also, apparently, even though there's a lot of deck space here, it was not possible to fit secondary guns here of any kind. Could fit a lot of torpedoes in these cutouts. I didn't, but it could. So, very, very weird hull. I don't like putting a lot of deck torpedo launchers on my capital ships, because ideally they're going to be far enough away that they're not going to be in torpedo range. And if they start taking hits, the crew of the torpedo launchers are unprotected. So you're gonna get a lot of crew loss. Which is fine for a DD or something, I guess. I can risk losing a destroyer to crew death, surrender. I would not like having it happen to a capital ship. Oof. And yeah, you can go with like spacious quarters and get more crew. But that means your torpedo launchers also will have more crew, so you're gonna lose more crew when they get taken out. And yeah, I think that big salvo there with the HE penetrations just that did it in. Alright, nice. Good performance by the new, slightly weird battlecruiser. We got 3 heavy cruisers, they got 2 lights and a destroyer. Yeah, I got the 3 Heimdalls. Alright. Yeah, these are the ones I sent out because they had been repaired. Alright. And this is one of the super expensive French destroyers, I think. I'm gonna send my light cruiser and destroyer home and just use these 3. It's morning. Morning and cloudy. So that's a little look at these ships. They're getting kind of old, but I wouldn't say they're outdated. I might want to give them a maybe a quick refit, just to get the radar upgraded and all the latest repeatable technology stuff that I've researched. I mean, they've got modern armor 2 and Mark 5 guns, so they don't really need anything else, but if they're going to be in service, might as well. And we spot the destroyer first because I think it's bigger than the light cruisers at almost 7,000 tons. And all it has are 9 22-inch torpedoes and some single 5.2-inch guns. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but for what was it? It's invisible now. I think it was 1.7 billion. I think you could do better for that kind of money. Like, you could get 5 of these heavy cruisers instead, maybe? Okay, maybe not 5, but at least 4. My math was not quite on point. Yeah, 1.7. Few bulkheads, cramped quarters. I hope you have built a lot of these, France. What kind of torpedo range did you have? 11.6. And there we go. Scoring the hits because it's a big ship and it's easy to hit compared to a lot of other destroyers. And there we go. Already dead. EC. Victory point farm. These light cruisers, of course, are going to be a little bit more survivable and worth a lot less in terms of points. Oh, they're still going to die though. Armorique sinks. Now Emile Bertin. Already very damaged. Yeah, there we go. I don't think you were quite ready for this war, France. Just to be honest. And there we go, those were the mandatory battles. I am losing a lot of transports all over. Cook Islands. Greece is again established after regaining the control of previous home provinces. Greece has defeated the remnants of Germany's forces and gained the full control of Crete. They've gained northern Egypt. Yeah, they've got Crete. I'm not even at war with Germany, but I guess they're losing control of some of their territory. That's a massive task force. Alright. Oop. Alright, America. I am coming for your task force. A million tons? No. It's gonna be less than that once I sink your ships. 100% here for France. Yeah, we got some months left. That's fine. And then I can send out some ships to deal with this. Britain started a naval invasion here. They're gonna require 36,000 tons. Let's see, Pearl Harbor. I got some ships here. I sure do. Let's send some of them up here to deal with Alaska. Not this one though. I've got some plans for you. You can go here. Start bombarding San Diego. Actually, no. Hang on. Seattle. That's where I want you to start bombarding. 2 French light cruisers defending 7 transports. I think Orm can take this on. We can let Embla stay at the back Maybe bring it in if needed. But she's done so well in her career up until now. Would be sad to lose it in a fight like this. I'm pretty confident M Block can take on one of these French light cruisers, the cheap ones. Maybe not two. She can do circles here. There we go. Transports have been spotted. And the two light cruisers defending them. Let's see. Once I get close, I will of course aim my torpedoes at one of the transports and hope that these two French cruisers are somewhere near where the torpedoes end up. Guns on the enemy escorts. Torpedoes on that transport. Do they have torpedoes? The transports? No. They do not. And the other side as well. There we go. Now let's just, there we go. We are in range of the enemy cruisers. Well, let's see what the torpedoes do. Oh, we might get lucky here. Or we might just hit transports. Dud torpedo on one of the cruisers. Almost. And we got torpedo launches from the Ifigenie. Ran out of torpedoes. Okay, she launched again. And she took a torpedo hit. That was not from me. That was from Fox. Good job hitting your own ship with torpedoes. Very nice. Were these like stealthy torpedoes? Kind of. Not super stealthy. But still kind of stealthy. I think they were 18-inch oxygen. Because oxygen torpedoes are kind of stealthy, especially if they're small. Okay, now let's finish off Ifigenie here. Because it's a kind of easy target. AP. And maybe one more hit. It causes flooding on the aft section. There you go, surrendered actually. Got a torpedo detonation aboard the enemy ship. Come on, there we go. And we've almost sunk it. This Fox goes down. Now just the transports. Let's turn the main guns off. Let the secondaries do the job. See if we can make more of them surrender instead of just sinking them. And this is what 2-inch guns are pretty good at. Causing crew loss. Six enemy transports surrendered so far. All of them surrendered. Very nice. They're a little beat up though. Not sure if they're gonna make it home to one of my ports. I mean, they're just gonna count as sunk anyway, but we can pretend, right? Yeah, I still think transport sank should count as more victory points. So, a lot of naval invasions going on. Army invasion. I am invading. Wait, how? How am I advancing when they are outnumbered? I am outnumbered. Oh, their armor logistics has dropped down to 36%. That's interesting. Have they regained control of Hong Kong yet? Not yet. I would like them to regain control of Hong Kong. It says 100% chance to succeed for China, but they've got almost 10 times the required tonnage, so yeah, those are 2 task forces. I don't know. Might just be bugged. Let's see here though. 100%, 100%, 97%. Close enough. 81% here. Why is it only 81? Henry Gibson being repaired for 2 months. Once she is done, she can go and join one of these task forces. Do I have any spare ships here? Museum ship. Yeah, still 100% there. How about the rest of this? Can I launch a naval invasion this turn? I should be able to. We can do one Cyprus or Syria. I guess we can do Syria. Let's do Syria. Doesn't take much. this task force here can then go up like this, and they should be in both circles. Right. I think that once I sink this, the required tonnage here is going to go down to something much lower. And I will not need to have all my task forces there. So which ships are these? Okay, it's these guys. Yeah, once Britain has that under control, I'm just going to send my ships there and sink their stuff. Right. And of course, eventually I would like to invade the Gulf Coast, but I need to gather more tonnage there, and most of my tonnage is busy in Europe. So we're just going to keep the Americans in the war by having active naval invasions here in the meantime. Alright, still 194% transport capacity, so it's not critical, nowhere near critical. Greece is back. I mean, they've got no ships, they've got no nothing. They haven't existed for, I don't know, a decade more. Let's see. I'm blockading the United States. Interesting. Of course, we're striking the ports. All of the ports. And here we go. That is, I did want my new, new super dreadnoughts to take this fight, but this is not bad. Oh wait, these are the ones I sent in from Asia. No, this is exactly the task force I wanted for this fight. Excellent. Alright. Bainbridge class battleship. Let's go. All right. It's a night fight. But other than that, the weather is fine. Cruisers, you get to follow the battleships. Not too glamorous, I know, but anyway. Destroyers. Let's see. Let's split you up. So we got two J-43s and a J-33. You can be my my reserve destroyer force. Just hang out in the back and do circles like this. Vikings will do the actual opening torpedo salvo. And of course battleships will form the gun line and probably do most of the work. I've spotted battleship Iowa, not to be confused with the battleship Iowa of real life. This is something else entirely. Yeah, she's got 6 18.1 inch guns, kind of Yamato caliber there. And yeah, all or nothing armor, like the AI prefers in dip. We got the good old Dannebrog leading the pack, followed by the Greek-built Aegon, the new Magnus Lagabøte. He's not been in combat yet, and the British-built Dominant. So quite a ragtag battleship line here. All of them are different. Will the heavy cruisers be able to follow the slower battleships, or is it just going to be a big mess? Well, guess we'll see. Vikings, can you speed up a bit? So you're being shot at. Oh, you're almost in range. You're almost in range. Let's select some targets for the big guns. Ooh, Magnus, you've got 18s. You've got 18s, don't ya? That's right. I built this one with 18s, so it would add some more really heavy firepower to this task force. That is one big super dreadnought, almost 90,000 tons. No wonder those 18-inch guns look very normal sized. Gonna turn broadside. Get all my guns on target. And we've already scored some pretty big hits on Iowa. Or at least one big hit. My destroyers are almost in... they are in range. Well, the first ones are. The rest of the pack, not so much. Turn them broadside like this. Hopefully without losing them first. Although Viking 05 is already taking some hits. Here. Yeah, we can have you detach. You can launch your torpedoes at Juno. Not too bad about the waves, or my destroyers would be sailing faster. Your torpedoes blew up. Alright. That's unfortunate. No, I guess you did launch. I guess you did launch. Or did you? Or are those enemy torpedoes that... They might be enemy torpedoes. Fair enough. Yeah, they might be enemy torpedoes. There we go. 2 of you can launch at Iowa. Now these torpedoes are being launched. That is useful. Viking 05 sinks. Might lose a couple more. But we got the torpedoes away. And that's pretty nice. And there we go. Iowa eats a whole bunch of damage. And she's about to eat a bunch more. These torpedoes are looking pretty much on target. One live, one dead torpedo. Nashville sinks. Yeah, Iowa not looking too hot. Yeah, there were enemy torpedoes launched at my destroyers, so that is useful. Let's get my cruiser torpedoes away as well. Iowa sinks. Very nice. Let's see. Dominant. Magnus. There you go. And Naval. Secondaries on that light cruiser, I guess. You can all target Chattanooga. In fact, heavy cruisers, you can start getting out of here. I think you're being targeted by torpedoes. Or maybe those are aimed at the battleships. I'm not sure. Chattanooga sinks. My FPS sinks. We were down to like 5 FPS there for a moment. Now let's because night battles and in clear weather are kind of nice. Those tracers look a little bit goofy. There we go. That's much better. I guess it's a new ship too. I noticed them too late. So she took a torpedo. There are torpedoes coming in towards my heavy cruisers, but they missed. Not a lot of damage taken though from that torpedo, so it's all good. I mean, Dominant barely even noticed that. didn't even take any flooding. Let's see, heavy cruisers. Do you have range to hit Juno? Guess maybe you don't. Well, some of you might. Frey, did you eat a torpedo? You did not. You took a 10-inch hit. Oh, Dominant, you've taken a lot more damage. You took 7 torpedo hits? When did that happen? When did that happen? I guess very recently. Alright. Well, still in impressively good shape after eating 7 torpedoes, though. It's gotta be said. Did you also eat one, Magnus? You did. Set your secondaries to target Juno. Seems to have just launched another spread of torpedoes. And the sea waves have reduced. I can go a little bit faster. Juno explodes. And that was that. 320,000 victory points. Let's go. Very nice. And which of these enemy ships actually scored a lot of torpedo hits? Colorado scored 1 torpedo hit. Juno with 158,000 damage in 7 torpedo hits. Who took that kind of damage? Which of my ships received Viking 07 took some torpedo hits, but not that much. 158,000 damage in torpedo hits. Oh, maybe maybe she did that damage to her own ships. Yeah, because none of my ships took that kind of damage. I mean, Dominant took 7 torpedo hits, but that was only like 16,000. Yeah, she must have torpedoed her own ships. Right. Alright. Well, good job there, Juno. Impressive, very nice. I'm very okay with enemy ships dealing a lot of torpedo damage if they're also dealing that to their own ships. Ah, okay. Oh, wait. This... Ah, alright. So they had 2 task forces here in the area. This must have been hidden behind the other one. Or the other one was hidden behind this. Ah. But do I have the chops to take this on? Bainbridge class battleship. 48,000 tons. That's the same one as we just faced. New Mexico, we remember these from the previous war. And a lot of destroyers. Do I want to take this on with this task force? Probably not. Probably not. I would like something with a bit more escorts, some cruisers, some more DDs. Not to mention, these ships have spent some of their ammunition. So I will attempt to withdraw from that. And a third one as well. Alright. So these are the new ones. Where did the fourth one go? Where did the fourth one go? Did it teleport somewhere? Gosh darn it. I know I can set repair priority on my task forces, but I keep forgetting. Ideally I shouldn't have to, because that auto go to a port and get repaired mechanic should just not be part of the game, in my opinion. Like, if your ships take damage, you should have to escort them back to a port so they could get repaired, and you would have to do that like manually. So you got two of these Bane bridges, which are not bad, but not exactly excellent either. I've only got 3 Vikings for this, so my opening torpedo volley will not be the most impressive ever. But then again, they do have a lot of targets. A lot of ships that can eat my torpedoes. They're already firing at the Vikings. But this time, smooth sea waves. So the Vikings can sail at a brisk 35 knot top speed. Making them a little bit harder to hit. High speed combined with small size is their best protection. Let's see, Vasa, Freidig, Tapper. I do want to aim at the battleships once I get in range. Will I be able to sink all of these though? That's a pretty sizable American task force that we're up against. Do a little bit of maneuvering here. See, that was gonna hit. And now we are in range. Missouri and Louisiana. On Viking 52, get those torps launched. There we go. 51 has launched. $50 not yet launched. $50 has launched. $52 went down. But she got her torpedoes in the water, and that's the most important part. And my battleship has started targeting enemy destroyers. That is not nice. That's not what I want you to target. There we go. And we do score torpedo hits on Louisiana. None on Missouri yet. There we go. One. And some gun hits as well. This is a pretty big task force, alright. And I probably will not have the ammunition to sink all of it. But I can sink some of it. And we can bring in some ships from somewhere to do something next month. 51 has surrendered. 50 seems to be getting away, with the enemy force following it, which in this case is probably not a bad thing, because that means they're not just charging in at my battleships. They can keep firing uninterrupted. There we go, big penetrating hits on Missouri. Coordinate 3, TNT 3. You should be pretty explosive, especially with super heavy shells. Cordite 3 and super heavy shells, yeah, that should I would not be too surprised if we see a flash fire from one of these battleships. Let's go with HE, do some big damage to their extended armor. Let's see. Pretty big hit. But they're also blocking a bit. No flash fires yet. What kind of turret armor do they have? 17 on the turret sides? Let's see. Yeah, I should be able to pen that. Maybe. Missouri not looking too hot. Louisiana also not looking too hot right now. They're not in range of my 7-inch secondaries yet. Which I might have to rely on. There we go. We saw a flash fire on, I think it was Missouri. Yeah. I was waiting for that. Louisiana firing back. She has not exploded yet. But she may still. Accidentally sank a destroyer. That is nice. So Missouri or Louisiana, one of them will be the first to sink. As I said, I'm under no illusion that I'm gonna be able to sink all of them, but I want at least their battleships. Especially since they're kind of close to sinking as it is. Let's go with HE again. Because range and angle means that AP is just not very effective right now. There we go. Big hit on Louisiana. That might sink her. That sunk her. Missouri still afloat, barely. We're gonna get her too. Have all three of you focus Missouri. That was a pretty nice hit on Tulsa, actually. Oh, it's like barely in range. There we go. That was the finishing blow on Missouri, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that was it. And of course now you all want to focus the same darn heavy cruiser. No. Nope. That is not what I want you to do. This is what you're doing. One cruiser each. Alright? Yeah, if you're targeting a battleship, I can have you all focus the same target, but not firing at cruisers. I'll set those guns to save. It doesn't have a big effect, but yeah, we're mostly gonna be accidentally hitting ships. Because the enemy is just cycling through all of their smoke. When one squadron is done smoking, another one will start. So they're all hidden in smoke screens, and they're all doing crazy maneuvers. And oh yeah, their heavy cruisers are fast. Their lights are too. Their DDs are small. So none of these ships are really that easy to hit. Do we have any like targets that have taken flooding damage, making them easy to hit? Providence, you get a battleship. Anyone else? Mostly DDs, it seems, have taken flooding damage. This is a very destroyer heavy, there we go, Salem. Destroyer heavy force. For sure. And I guess you can target Salem too. And now we're just gonna finish off the rest of the ammunition. At least this force is now out of battleships. Hopefully we can sink a couple more ships. Either directly or accidentally. By just hitting random stuff around here. And seems we ran out of AP first. A little bit of HE left. I'm sure that will work well on whichever destroyer finds itself in the impact zone. I think we're gonna sink Providence. Maybe. Well, that's 100,000 damage to a destroyer. McCall. And we did sink Salem. But now we're out of ammo. We did sink Providence. It's a good thing I waited a couple of seconds before hitting end battle. So there we go. We lost 2 Vikings. We sank 2 battleships, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, and only 1 destroyer. A lot of damage though. But certainly not a knockout victory. Not against a task force of that size. So we're gonna have to come back to these guys with some fresh ships. And this one we're doing next time. Aid, again, the crazy Freya class heavy cruiser. And I have to dodge a few more torpedoes. Tomorrow, goodbye, and take care.